Hey guys, welcome to this. I couldn't think of anything. Also, by the way, the video with when I got this is coming out. It's beautiful, isn't it? I personally think it is. Anyway, guys, so it's just SCPs. Most dangerous SCPs. It's top 15. Wait, I just realized I can do something. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna block this. Okay. So guys, before we start the video, go follow me on Instagram. Yeah, go follow me. It's pretty simple. You just go to Instagram, go to my account, and you just press follow. Your life is better. Anyway, that right says that's a little bit too small. I think that's about it. Is that right? It was about there, right? There's something around there. Anyway, guys, let us go.
Clandestine and worldwide, the SCP Foundation operates beyond jurisdiction, empowered and entrusted by every major world government, but the task of
I never trusted it.
jeopardize normalcy. Number 15, SCP-173, the primary adversary of the SCP containment breach and the Euclid species, is known as the Sculpture. The Sculpture is made from rebar and concrete, spotted with Krylon spray paint, and is an aggressive and animate enemy. To throw off SCP-173, one must simply keep the object within direct sight without blinking. Basically, you must have a staring contest with this dangerous creature. If you lose this contest, you will die. Those Foundation personnel who are obliged to go into the container every other week to clean it must follow Class 4 hazardous object containment procedures and must inform each other before blinking. If they don't, they're at risk of having their neck snapped or being strangled. SCP-173 was the first dangerous SCP creature contained by the Foundation. When there is a containment breach concerning SCP-173, the creature can be observed outside its containment chamber in the next room. The scientist and guard who oversee SCP-173 can be seen backing away to flee out of the sole unlocked door, while keeping eye contact. But SCP-173 will not be deterred. The dangerous creature then drops down from a giant vent in another room when it goes dark and breaks the necks of a janitor and a scientist. The main thing is to make...
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a different one. I've got a better idea. Okay, we're back. I got a better idea. Top 10 world-ending SCPs. Okay, here's the rules.
Everyone, Ikyun-kun here, and here we have top 10 world-ending SCPs. Something to keep in mind for this list is that not necessarily every powerful SCP is world-ending. Things like SCP-106 or 173 are strong and likely to kill you if you come into contact with it, but they are unlikely to actually end the world as we know it. Essentially being, they are not incredibly powerful. They would probably kill you if you were anywhere in the vicinity of them, but I'm talking about things that would actually end the entire world, or at least exterminate the population of the world, more specifically humans. So, with that in mind, let's start off this list.
Let's kill all humans. Say Jesus Christ, I better not be copyrighted, I'm dead.
Here at the number 10 spot, we have SCP-682 The Hard to Destroy Reptile, as you've seen from the previous title card. Now, you might be wondering why this one ranks so low on the list. Well, first off, SCP-682 has been able to be contained through various amounts of gunfire and explosions, not to mention that he is vulnerable to damage, however, he is very resistant to it. He's kind of a strange creature in the fact that he can be easily destroyed, but not completely destroyed, almost like the more damage you do, the more resilient he becomes. Basically, SCP-682 is a very, very, very aggressive lizard that hates all types of life, and he wishes to destroy all types of life, and he's very dexterous, strong, hardy, and he's able to adapt to environments. And again, why he ranks so low is because he's not that, he can't really go on a worldwide rampage immediately. Excuse me. So he's sort of stopped the world-ending aspect from that alone. Like I said, this is not about how strong he is. This is about how quickly he is able to exterminate the entire human race. He is unable to be destroyed by any human means, so that's why he makes it on the list, but he makes it so low because it would take him a long time to do so. Alright, now to number 9.
Burning Man. What?
Here at the number 9 spot, we have the Burning Man.
That might work.
Basically, what the Burning Man is a tiny flame that, when ignited with any type of fuel, he will turn into a human-like form who will then go on a rampage trying to burn every single thing in sight. Now, this is very destructive, but he faces the same problem as SCP-682. However, because he's actually able to spread the fire around and do collateral damage, that is what puts him at a higher spot on the list.
So we can do a lot of damage.
Basically, the reason why he's on this list is he's burning everything that he possibly can. And as we know, fire burns, fire kills people, and fire destroys things and stuff. Not to mention that, what are you really gonna do against a man made of nothing but fire?
Very true.
Shoot him? He hates water, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And so, eventually, he could just burn absolutely everything, although, depending on where he is, he could probably be stuck by, some ocean, but I don't know what really stops him from just getting on a metal boat or something. I don't know. I'm sure he'd find a way to get around the world. Anyway, now that we're done with that, let's go on to number 8.
Gaia's blood.
At number 8, we have Gaia's blood.
Yeah, is that right?
Which essentially is just, boy, how do I even describe this thing? Essentially what it is just a plant that changes the life of organic substances like plants and animals. Essentially what it does is it turns them into bloodlusters, I guess. It's kind of confusing to actually read and talk about. But essentially what this is it's a plant that when it infects other animals and plants, it turns them into carnivorous and dangerous things. Like with plants with bulbous sections or large fruit undergo exotic chemical transformations and become filled with explosive or caustic substances that burst violently from the affected section when disturbed by humans.
Explosive.
So this is a disease that affects both plants and animals and causes them to kill humans. There are other things, like animals that are natural predators will prioritize human targets as prey, ignoring easier targets. So, yeah, it's a plant that can, by the way, a plant that can reproduce itself like any other regular plant that causes other animals and plants to kill humans. Yeah, and the only thing keeping this from being any higher on the list is the fact that it sort of reproduces like a plant, so, I don't really know of how it would go worldwide to exterminate all humans, but
most plants are able to go
I'm
worldwide.
sure the disease could probably spread in one way or the other. Just look at, I don't know, Plague Inc. It'd find a way, I'm sure.
Always finds a way.
Alright, number 7.
You'll catch the old thing. Jesus,
At the number 7 spot, we have Hostile Helium.
Hostile Helium.
It is basically a lot of canisters filled with helium that, when the helium actually gets out of the canister, it will go to the nearest human and try and suffocate it with the helium by giving it a lack of oxygen. So you can already see why this would be deadly to humans, and because it's a gas, it can pretty much go anywhere it pleases. And since it seems to be at least somewhat sentient, and knowing where the nearest human would be, I don't think it would have that much problem going from human to human and just suffocating them.
Imagine having this
Not
in
to
a
mention,
balloon,
because
like,
helium
you're just
wouldn't be
walking down the
executed
street,
as a waste
a
product,
balloon comes after you,
then,
coming to kill
it can just reuse the same helium, killing different humans, until finally it's done. I mean, the only way to actually get it to stop would be containing it.
No.
So, if you don't contain it, it would eventually just start killing off human after human after human. And if you opened all of them, who knows what would happen?
Probably
I mean,
die.
well, I kind of have an idea of what would happen, but that's why I made this list. So, hostile helium, killing every single person via suffocation. And now we go on to the next one.
So much copyright.
The next one on our list is 100 toxic chemical waste barrels filled with an as yet unidentified substance. This as yet unidentified substance, when in contact with anything other than the barrels that it's contained in, will actually turn that into a plant with grass-like and flower-like plants on top of it. Now, this isn't immediately lethal. However, long-term exposure will cause numbness, nervous system, and respiratory failure, and the average time from initial exposure to death is 13 hours.
Okay.
No treatment for either effect has been developed.
Oh,
And guess
no
what? There's even more. In addition to creating new life forms,
Let's
it's
go
actually
start making
able to
stuff for the zombie apocalypse
self-replicate
already then.
itself. The effects of the spill invariably spread far beyond the initial area coded in the substance. Prior to the ban on and off testing, the observed range extended out to 6 kilometers. So basically, instead of just having plants and animals kill you, this will actually just straight up kill you, as long as you touch it. So basically, the flowers are lethal to touch, but the grass just causes respiratory failure, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain. I actually had to read off the wiki
yeah.
for this one, because it's a little confusing, but I think that we can all get the gist of it. It's a plant that makes you stop breathing, makes you very numb, and it can spread out itself. So it's capable of asexual reproduction, and can turn you into a plant.
Yay!
At least if I read this right. Again, it's a little confusing. You can read it for yourself. I'll have all the SCPs listed in the description below.
How will you?
So now that we're done here, let's go on to number 5.
Oh, the Garbage Man.
The Garbage Man is a man that has the ability to come in contact with any physical object, and as long as it has less mass than him, it will actually become a part of his body, and it will permanently stay that way. Where have I heard that before? Oh well. Anyway, so you can kind of see where I'm going with this. For any of you who've actually played Katamari Damacy, you kind of know how much destruction you can get in such a short amount of time if you have that ability to come into contact with anything less massive than you are, and it permanently staying a part of your body. I mean, for God's sake, the amount of things in my room that are less massive than me is just astounding. I become a massive ball by the end of the day, and I just eventually just roll over the entire world. The only reason this guy isn't any higher is because he doesn't seem to have any malicious intent. But think of how accidentally you could do this. Like, how many times you, stepped on something by accident, like your shoe, a
Legos
tape,
over there.
or a tack, or tic-tac, or an ant, or a bug, or a chair. You couldn't sit down in a chair unless it was more massive than you. You couldn't drink anything. It would be stuck to your body permanently. And anything you touch would just become a part of you. And just imagine all this. And then that adds up, and that adds up, and that adds up, meaning that every time he collects something, it gains to his mass, and he can pick up larger objects. It's the same thing as Katamari Damacy. And he'd just roll over the world. And thus, I don't know, we nuked him, but I don't even know. But, the others, it would take a while for this to happen, which is that and the fact that he doesn't have malicious intent. Those are the reasons why he isn't higher on this list. Oh boy, now we're getting to the good stuff. Let's get going.
Red Ice. Yeah, I've heard this one. This is
Something
good.
I noticed when making this list is a lot of the destructive capabilities of these SCPs are based off of where they begin. And I don't think anything suits that field better than Red Ice. Basically what Red Ice is I guess you could call it an entity, a piece of mass, if you will. All it is just a solid liquid or gas based off of the temperature of where it is. At hot temperatures, it becomes a solid. At low temperatures, it becomes a gas, working completely opposite to how most matter works. And anytime it comes into contact with water, it will turn that water into red ice. And it works exactly the same way as red ice does. So essentially, it could get rid of all of the water on Earth if it appeared in the ocean. And if it touches you, all the water in your body becomes... You will actually freeze over. So, if you put this in the ocean for even a microsecond, then you have just depleted all of the ocean water in the entire world. Because there is no way you are getting all that.
Because it turns everything
And not only that, but in the hot tropical
water.
areas, everything would freeze over. In the colder climates, everything would just, stay liquid. There wouldn't be any snow or ice or anything. It would all just, melt over because of how cold it is. So, just think about that. I don't think anywhere on Earth would reach negative 100 degrees Celsius or below unless, it was like laboratory made. Maybe there are, I don't know. I don't think there are. But still, that's liquid everywhere, and that spreads out. That goes to other climates, and then either freezes over or just stays liquid and spreads out more. So, you wouldn't be able to drink water after a while. But this would be after a while, and that would be considering that it was actually put in the ocean, and was actually brought to fresh water, and all that hoo-ha. But I've rambled on enough about this. I think you can kind of see how this would be world-ending, getting rid of the world water supply, what are the basic things that we need. Oh, alright. On to the next one.
I killed everything. Bugsy, are you serious?
This SCP is actually based off of how many people actually know about it. So if this SCP was real, which it isn't, but some people think that SCPs are real for some strange reason, the more strong it becomes and the more massive it becomes. A lot of these things are based off of mass now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So it grows in size and strength, and it's actually been recorded in the SCP Wiki that it's actually gained enough mass to the point where it is large enough to actually cause earthquakes and becomes immobile. So it can literally, let's just say it spawns in New York City where millions of people are able to see it. It will grow so huge and so agitated that it could literally destroy the entire city alone. And then, once it's done there, it goes on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. The thing about it, though, is that it's only hostile the more it grows. The more people that see it, the more it despises that, and the more it wants to kill them. And once people are unaware of its presence, aka they're dead, then it'll go down back in size and just resume whatever it was doing before it went on its own, unique rampage of killing people who have seen it. It's sort of like SCP-096, but less straightforward and more destructive. So eventually this thing would go from city to city, probably being on the news or something, other people around the country seeing it, it becoming more powerful, and I don't know, I have no idea what's the most powerful it can become. Could it be as, powerful enough to just destroy Earth? I don't know. And so you can kind of see why it's so high on the list. I'm not sure if it would be able to destroy the entire Earth if millions of people saw it. I'm assuming yes, because the most that I've ever seen it is probably in the thousands at most. So, God, I don't even want to know what would happen if it actually gained that kind of power. Ugh. Let's just go on to number 2.
This one.
This SCP is another disease, and it's by far one of the more deadly ones. What this is, well, once you get it, you turn into this hideous monster that you're witnessing on your computer monitor.
Yes.
And here's what the wiki actually has to say about it. After the completion of the infection occurs, which, by the way, infection is made by physical contact. As soon as someone touches you with it, then you have it. The victim's life functions will cease for approximately 3 minutes, after which time they will restart at 2 or 3 times the activity rate of a normal human. So you kind of become a zombie, except a zombie on adrenaline. Following this, the scar tissue on the victims will start to move of its own accord and grow at a rapid rate. Normal human features start to disappear at this point under the infection, and the path of mutation appears to be largely random. Subjects observed in this stage of infection have been recorded as growing 3 or more limbs of a type such as arms or legs. The head may become misshapen and elongate or widen out, and parts of the subject may split open, from which additional branches of flesh will grow. So already this SCP is starting to sound pretty terrifying. However, there is more. Under unknown conditions, an infected individual will cease moving and place itself in a location that deems suitable where it roots itself. The fleshy growth on the victim will then begin to spread itself across all surrounding objects and consume them. Such objects do not spread the infection as living creatures do, however, and the effect of prolonged contact with these objects is recorded later in this document. It is assumed that this behavior is to create an area hospitable to continue growth of the other infected. So essentially, it's like a zombie virus, and it's a zombie virus, except it's a whole lot worse because it can be spread just about anywhere. And, well, there's still more on the wiki, but let me just tell you that the infection rate is extremely high, and the only way to actually stop it is to just isolate it. There's no, like, barrier that you can have. It has to be separated by large quantities of ocean. Boy, if this got on the mainland, that would just be game over, man. Game over. And there's still one more destructive than this. Oh my god.
But what do you consider the mainland?
This thing, it terrifies me. Look at it. Just look at it. Alright. Now let's do a quick rundown of all the SCPs that we've gone through so far, and then let's get to number 1.
Please stop the music. What?
Well, I don't think anyone was expecting for an alarm clock to be on this list.
It's an alarm clock.
But get this. Alright, the 11-minute snooze is a regular standard alarm clock, but none of the buttons work on it except for the snooze button.
Okay.
It also requires no source of power, and every time you hit the snooze button, it will start to ring 11 minutes later.
Okay.
Now, once it starts ringing, it will not stop ringing until, you hit the snooze button again. And if you don't hit the snooze button, then it'll get louder by 4 decibels every 10 seconds. That might not sound like much, but get this. The human tolerance until one dies from loudness is 200 decibels. That means once it starts ringing, 7 minutes later, anyone who comes within the vicinity of this alarm clock will die. And you might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just wear earmuffs or something to cancel out the noise. It doesn't work like that. The noise is actually so loud, it vibrates your entire body and will actually make your organs fail, meaning that you cannot get anywhere near this thing without dying after just 7 minutes.
Okay.
Now let's think about it this way. It'll start to get louder and louder right after that. So let's say that the U.S. military knows about this as soon as it comes out. Let's say they can get jets out in an hour and to it.
Okay.
Do you want to know how many decibels it will have reached by then?
Oh, yeah.
All we have to do is take 60 minutes times the 60 seconds, then divide that by 10, then multiply that by 4, and we will have reached 1,470 decibels. Now, is 200 decibels killing a human being not enough for you? How about this? The loudest sound ever known to human beings is around 300 decibels, at least on Earth. We have already over quadrupled that. And not only that, but decibels don't work multiples. Like, 60 decibels is way over double 30 decibels, basically. It goes up exponentially, basically. So, I don't even know if anything could withstand that amount of decibels.
Probably not.
And so, even if you were able to destroy it, if it was on some remote location, or even a highly populated one, eventually something bad is gonna happen, and this thing is gonna go sour real quick.
Well, then nuke at it.
Just imagine for me a sound loud enough to kill you from 50 miles away. You would start hearing this faint beeping, starting at about, 15 decibels. And then, every 10 seconds or so, it would start to get louder and louder, until your house started to shake from the vibration. You were covering your ears in pain. Now we're at 150 decibels. You're starting to go deaf from this. You cannot even see where the sound is coming from. It gets louder and louder. You can feel your heart vibrating with the motion of the sound. Literally, your house is about to crumble beneath you, and in your last seconds, all you hear is that beeping sound from that most annoying alarm clock. And eventually, in only days, it would cause the destruction of Earth itself. That's epic. Alright, thank you all so much for watching this top 10 SCP list. I really hope you liked it. Rate if you want to rate, comment if you want to comment, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya!
That was the quickest ending of a video I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, guys, make sure to assassinate that like button and subscribe. And turn on post notifications to be notified daily. And I'll see you guys in the next video.